Lila opened her backpack and found a dictionary. She held it up to show her friend. The dictionary was fluffy and covered in dust. Lila smiled as she ran her fingers over the worn cover. She whispered, "This is my favorite book." The dictionary was right there, close to her hand, and she was feeling proud. The dictionary was old, but it still opened easily. Lila flipped through the pages and noticed some notes. She read aloud, "This is the past tense of go." She looked around the room and saw a toy robot on the floor. It was red and had blinking eyes. She pointed at it and said, "That robot is cool." The robot was far away, not touching her. She turned her head slightly to look at it. Lila grabbed a pencil from her desk. She held it up and said, "This is a pencil." It was right beside her. She noticed a yellow pencil far away on the shelf. She whispered, "That pencil is for drawing." The two pencils were in different positions. She found a pair of shoes by the door. They were green and looked new. She said, "These shoes are so shiny." The shoes were close to her. Then she saw a pair of old shoes behind the chair. She said, "Those shoes are worn out." She pointed at each pair with excitement. Lila walked to the window and looked outside. She saw a bird flying in the sky and said, "This bird is flying high." The bird was near the window. Then she spotted a group of birds far away. She added, "Those birds are flying together." She smiled as she watched them soar. She picked up a book from the table. She said, "This book is interesting." The book was on the table close to her. Then she noticed a stack of books on the shelf. She said, "Those books are heavy." She took a closer look at the books on the shelf with curiosity. She heard a knock at the door. She turned and said, "This is my house." The door was close, right in front of her. She then saw a house in the distance. She said, "That house is blue." She looked at both houses with wonder. On the table, she saw a red apple and said, "This apple is red." It was right there next to her. She noticed a basket of apples on the shelf. She said, "Those apples are fresh." She offered an apple to her friend. They both smiled. Lila had a big smile on her face as she finished her lesson. She repeated, "This is my book. That is my bag. These are my friends and those are my toys." She closed her notebook and said, "I understand now." Her friend nodded and said, "You're doing great." They both cheered and high-fived.